Engineers Day celebration. We now request our dignitaries to be seated upon the dais. Happiness can be found even in the darkness of night. If only one remembers, just turn on the light. I now request our dignitaries to illuminate this event by lighting the candle. Thank you, dignitaries. They say, where there's a will, there's a way. But where there's an engineer, there's a smart way. The credit of creating such capable engineers year after year goes to our dear Principal Madam, Professor Dr.Ushaa Eswaran. I would now like to request her to address the gathering.
Good afternoon. Respected HODs of all departments, staff teaching and not teaching, and students, and I can call you as budding engineers. Welcome you all for the Engineers Day celebration today. So here, this is a very, very essential day for us, especially as we engineers are expected to save the country. So this is a day and not the only day where we have to think about our responsibilities. So we have this Engineers Day being celebrated here every year, and the government has a theme every year for this Engineers Day, and this year the theme is skill development for young engineers to reform the core sector Vision 2025. So this is especially why this particular theme has been created. This is mainly to improve the economic status of the country, for which the engineers play a major role in every area, every sector. An engineer role is very, very essential. So the student who is taking up a 4-year engineering course, when he comes out of the college, the skills or the knowledge, whatever he possesses, is not sufficient enough to meet the expectations of the society or the industry. So that is the reason this particular theme has been brought into practice from this Engineers Day. The vision is 2025, that is to improve the skill sets of the engineers. Here they are going to attempt to address the prime skill factors through assessments, teaching, curriculum and real life case study, emphasize on soft skills development, exercise skills in a stimulated environment, and customize courses to meet different customer. So this is what is the ultimate theme which has been given for this Engineers Day. And we have another specific theme which is aligned to this theme, that is role and responsibility of an engineer for upliftment of the society. We have conducted an essay writing competition today morning. I hope the students have participated. I'm yet to see the papers. I would like to go through your, your ideas which you have penned, because you youngsters, the youth, is the main sector where the country is believing on, and engineers after coming out of the college, how you are going to perform for the upliftment of the society. So here we also have presentations by our students from each department, where again the theme is what are the role and responsibilities of an engineer. Suppose if you have a societal problem, how you are going to solve, how you are going to start thinking right from first year. As an engineer, you have chosen a branch and you are seeing some problem in the society and you are supposed to give a solution for that. So how do you do that unless you identify the problem? We need to first of all identify what are the problems in the society which is not allowing for the growth. The major growth problems, or the major things you can say economic growth, societal growth and environment protection. These are the major areas where you need improvement, which will help the country to grow to the next level. So economic growth is, what is this? Eradication of poverty. Eradication of poverty, and again social upliftment or the social raise is possible through education, and the women coming into leadership positions. This is where the country is very much looking forward for women who can take up the leadership roles, which will help the country to grow in a faster rate. And third one is environment protection, where only civil engineers are not responsible for this. As human, every one of us are responsible for the same. So these are the three areas where we need to concentrate. And economic growth, all the engineers, nearly 20 lakh engineers come out every year in different disciplines. So if we all blame the country or the industry saying that we are not getting jobs, so that is not the solution. By just saying that we don't have jobs, you need to improve your skill sets. Again, the theme is based on that only, because the new industries are coming up with new technologies, new requirements, new solutions for the problems, where the syllabus, whatever you cover in your 4 years, is not going to change much frequently. So you need to improve your skill sets to meet the requirements of the industry so that anyone is employable. So employability skills, there are certain skills which an engineer is supposed to possess. Knowledge of the core subject. Every engineer should be thorough with the basics at least of the core subject or the branch, whatever the discipline you are taking up. In and out of it, understand the concepts. That is very, very essential. Then application of knowledge. Many of you may think that if I score 90 marks or if I have 9 CGPA, 10 CGPA, then I am the best and I will be able to survive in the country, but that is not at all true. There is no big linkage or compatibility or correlation between the marks and the application and knowledge. You need to know how to apply what you learn. If you know the theory, if you know the definition, if you know the formula, that doesn't mean that you can solve the problems of the society or the industry. You need to know how to apply that concept appropriately for a particular problem to give a solution. The engineer's job is to give solutions, isn't it? So if you want to give a solution, you need to learn the technology and you should also learn how to apply it. And information literacy. This is another factor which an engineer should possess. So information about, suppose you study all the 4 years and you go for a job, you cannot expect the same thing will be expected by the company for you to perform there. The experiments, whatever you do in the semesters, the same thing may not be expected. That is a different scenario. Industry scenario is something totally different. But you should know at least where to get the information from, how to upgrade myself, how to know about it. So that sort of information literacy is very essential. And analytical and critical thinking and creative thinking. So creativity is one thing which will help you to innovate things. And innovation is only going to give you solutions to problems for which you need to develop creativity, for which you need to visualize. Once you study a concept, you need to visualize and see where it can be applied, how I can use this concept in a different way. How, if you have a smartphone, you can just think about the technology being used there. If you have an Android mobile, so many Android applications are made by the students. They develop applications, isn't it? So you have to start thinking about how this is being done. Why can't I do it in a different way? Think different. So creative thinking is very essential for an engineer, and multidisciplinary exposure. For this in our college, from today, actually we have marked this Engineers Day and going to take 1 year from now, and within this 1 year I want a lot of identification of problems in the society which can be resolved by an engineer, and each and everyone is given an opportunity to identify first and come up with your ideas to give solutions. I am not expecting you to give a solution immediately, but at least identify these are all the problems prevailing in the industry or in the society, how it can be resolved with the technical knowledge what you possess in these 4 years. We are going to award for the students who come up with an idea to solve the problem, and also we will help you to come up in a practical manner where we can have a practical implementation of solution to the existing problems. So that is, we are going to start from today. It's open to anyone in the college. First is identification of problems. Actually, we have presentations by our students today. They also will be discussing about some problems prevailing in the society. Each one of you can come with a new solution, which may come out sometimes. It may also be recognized, and it may become an invention also. Rather than an innovation, it can also become an invention. But for all these things, we need to start somewhere. That is nothing but creativity. You need to have some creativity and multidisciplinary exposure. As I say, every department, every branch, or whatever stream you study in industry or in the society or in the country, you cannot stand alone there. You need to have an integration of or support from other disciplinaries. So you need to have an idea about the other disciplines, especially the computer science. And no one is able to survive in the digital India without a computer science knowledge. And similarly, depending upon your area of work, you need to work with different people. Teamwork is nothing but working with similar disciplinary people in a team. If you have an application, if you have a problem, or if you have an assignment or a project, you need to resolve this. You need to have a team where each one is expertise in different fields. So whether you are able to communicate well with the multidisciplinary knowledge sharing, and you are able to make yourself compatible with those people, and together you find a solution for a problem. This is what is called as teamwork. And of course, the familiarity with industry standards, because what you study in the college is totally different from when you actually go to the industry. So industry standards are little different, and you should start learning about all those things. And when you go for an industrial visit, that is a very, very important day where you can get an exposure to an industry and see how they work practically. And passion for learning. People who stop or cease to learn is considered to be dead. So you have to learn each and every minute and see how you can compete with others and also excel in your education. And of course, in all your disciplinary areas, every industry, IT industry for computer science and IT has become a big industry for all the branches. It's a competition for the computer science and IT people. And you have energy sector, which is also very, very essential. And you have a new field where engineering is picking up, that is the healthcare, where a lot of things, medical people are dependent on engineers. So we also have a biomedical engineering where you have a lot of scope. And in agriculture, of course, you know, a lot of technology is being used in agriculture. So that is the field which is also very prime. And biodiversity and protection, especially the ecosystem management, is also very, very essential. You have several areas where the employability opportunities are plenty, that is in building and construction, infrastructure, transport, so many areas, textiles, everywhere the demand is more, whereas you need to identify how you will what to say, compatible, or you need to position yourself or improve your skill set to meet the requirements. And on this day, we would like to take up the responsibility, like how we are going to save the environment, how we are going to solve the problems in the society as an engineer, and how we are going to maintain the ethics and morals in a professional life as an engineer, and how we are going to safeguard our country for the growth. And the women folks who are here, don't stop your educational level here, go to the next level, take up jobs, and again don't stop, try to go for the higher levels and reach the topmost leadership positions where you all have a lot of strength to achieve a lot of things. So don't underestimate yourself and don't get discouraged with the glass ceiling. You have to break the glass ceiling in different places where, in your life you will be getting different places where there will be a glass ceiling. So you have to overcome all those things and prove yourself. And every one of us have to work towards the development of the country. And as the country grow, we all will grow, we'll all prosper. So all the very best, and I want every one of you to feel proud that you're going to become an engineer, and we should all feel proud that we have developed good engineers for the society, and let your parents feel proud that they've given birth to good human beings and good engineers to the society. Thank you once again, and let us have a wonderful Engineers Day celebration. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, our seniors will inspire and encourage us through their presentations on an approach for a better society through engineering problem analysis and solving.